Greetings everybody and welcome back to the show brought to you by hashtag I found beauty in my scars. Guys, thank you so much for everyone who subscribed to my channel. The channel is growing. We are on 1.2 thousand subscribers. That's like an accomplishment. But I have an interesting story or conversation that we need to have as South Africans, guys. This new government, the government of national unity, what is your thoughts about it? Because it is interesting, and I believe that maybe it is the answer to South Africa to be successful and to have a strong economy and to combat unemployment and poverty. So whoever is thinking about what is the government national unity or the GNU, because some people are just lazy to read, some people are tired of politics because they think that we are told the same story over and over and over again, but no permanent effective solutions. So the national unity of government, right, is this new government that we all believe, well, not all of us, that it will work for South Africa, since it's not just one party involved in making decisions that affect South African citizens. So it's a broad coalition. Since we voted, we had big elections that felt like it was 1994 once again in South Africa. So it's a coalition government consisting of different political parties, and they basically agree to govern or to sit in a coalition and create legislations that will govern and ensure the success of South Africa. So we really think that it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work, and we are able to hold each and every party involved accountable. And this government of national unity is leading all these parties to collaborate effectively and efficiently for a common goal despite their differences. Okay, so let's hope that there won't be conflicts of interest, and I hope all the parties actually have the interest of South Africans at heart. And one of the major parties that are involved is the DA and the ANC, which is the majority, and then the IFP and etc. So basically they are going to cooperate in both the executive and legislature to sit and serve the South African citizens at the national, provincial and local government or legislature. Okay, so every party involved, they have to come up with strong legislation policies or strengthen the existing ones to ensure that South Africa is moving forward. We don't have high unemployment rate, poverty and crime that's affecting us every day in South Africa. So I honestly think that they need to collectively be solidified so that they can annihilate or combat totally the inequality that is affecting South Africans, especially the Black South African societies or the marginalized society. We need to combat corruption, because it seems like it is the root to the unemployment rate, to the high crime rate and poverty, as well as inequality. So I think that is the first point that they have to do. They need to collaborate, solidified collectively. They need to work together. And yeah, I also believe that the second point, they need to create equilibrium. They need to be in agreement or covenant for a common goal. So they must create equilibrium based on the needs of everyone. So they should put their personal interest and family interest aside and look at South Africa holistically to see what is the needs and how are they going to allocate resources equally and create equal opportunities for everybody, and regardless of our color or our race, our genders or our demographics. So they need to do that equally, because there is a number of inequalities in the employment sectors, all these industries. The inequality is affecting everyone, especially in education, you know. And I believe that every party that is involved in this coalition, they need to be evaluated or analyzed by the president's office before he allocates or he appoints assignments to them, or portfolios for a lack of better word. He needs to analyze them, to do a SWOT analysis to see where their strengths and weaknesses lie. You can't just give a ministerial role to somebody who does not have passion like for education. So he needs to ensure that there is critical analysis or SWOT analysis to every individual who he thinks they are fit enough to hold positions as ministers of South Africa. I think that will really be leading South Africa to a better place if we have people who are qualified, have experience and passionate about changing South Africa, and not looking for this position or portfolio for personal gain. And they should also know the background of South Africa, like how apartheid has affected us as the whole country, and now we have to rebuild ourselves, especially the marginalized society. So he needs to make sure that all the ministers that he appoints, he actually analyze their strengths and weaknesses so that they have an appropriate portfolio that they will work wholeheartedly for to serve the South African community. And I also believe that our constitution is the strongest constitution in the whole entire world. Our constitution is strong and powerful. It has the autonomy to change this country around from worse to better. And it also needs to act accordingly to do the checks and balances. So if you did public management and governance or public administration, you probably learned about the checks and balances to ensure that those who are not delivering goods and services equally, or those who are involved in corruption, they need to be held accountable, so that we are serving for the purpose of ensuring that the country functions to its fullest, and to optimize the resources that we have and utilize them to get more out of it, even if the resources are not enough, So the constitution needs to play a big role in ensuring that they serve effectively, efficiently and economically to the interest of the South African citizens. So as we all know, also according to the constitution, everybody is equal before the law and nobody is above the law. So we need to ensure that this new government hold every single person who is against the law, who is tempting the law or fighting against the law, need to be held accountable, and the victims should be given justice equally so. If the constitution is saying nobody is above the law and everybody is equal before the law, then everyone who's committing crime should be held accountable, of course with evidence. But nowadays it's difficult to prove that people are innocent because there is bribery that is involved. It's so boring, guys, that we don't have this strong justice system. But I also believe our judicial system is independent, and we need to kind of just give it the power and the benefit of the doubt to do the right thing, So we need to see more people behind bars, those who are raping, the gender-based violence, those who are stealing cables for us to be load shedding. Like, people need to be held accountable. The constitution should show the people that it has the power over everyone, and it is effectively and efficiently treating everyone equally and prioritizing the victims. So, and the people must serve according to the constitution, and every single minister who's going to be given a portfolio, because I believe the president is going to announce the ministers. Oh my god, it is going to be interesting. Are we going to have people losing their jobs, positions as ministers? Are we going to have new faces because of this new government? We will see. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. So they need to uphold the principles of the constitution. They need to respect the Bill of Rights. They also need to be held accountable. They need to respect the Bill of Rights and the constitution. So they must behave. And we must also, as individuals, guys, collectively create strategic legislation and or strengthen the existing ones, because I believe that South Africa has got strong also good legislations. However, we just need to ensure that they are put into effect or well executed for the benefit of the whole country. Because we need to combat poverty, unemployment, and inequality. And I believe that also creating employment, equal opportunities, and representation for every single person living in South Africa without leaving anybody behind. So what are your thoughts, guys? Because I believe that slow motion is better than no motion, and South Africa will be a better country maybe under this government. We don't know. Thank you so much. Please write down your thoughts on this new government, and I'll try to update you guys on the new ministers that are going to be appointed by our cupcake, the President Cyril Ramaphosa, and the Government of National Unity. I am giving them the benefit of the doubt because it's not an individual party that is governing us. So I believe that they're gonna bring change, big change after 5 years. Thank you so much.